six. And instead of talking about Bitcoin first, we're actually going to talk about altcoins because they could be potentially in a position where we could see a nice swing in altcoins in the short term. So we're going to start off with the Bitcoin dominance chart, hop to the Bitcoin chart, also take a look at the stock market because there are some things that you should really have on your radar screen. Now, Bitcoin dominance chart. If you're brand new to this chart, you don't see price here, you see percentages. This is the percent of which the Bitcoin market cap makes up the entire market cap for all of crypto. If this goes down, altcoins are beating Bitcoin. If this goes up, Bitcoin is outperforming altcoins. And we have ourselves this wedge here, which I highlighted yesterday in our practice video with Elliott wave theory. And we have broken below this line of support and resistance. Right after we did that, excuse me, words, God, English. Right before that, we had a false bullish breakout, which would have been bad for altcoins. We came back down, had a nice confident break, and right now we are trying to retest this as resistance. If this holds as resistance, the odds of us breaking this wedge are pretty damn high, which would expect to give us a fall in Bitcoin dominance to roughly 63.4% here. That would represent a pretty damn nice swing in liquidity towards altcoins. This type of scenario is the one where you see some coins do some crazy stuff like 20 to 40% in 24 to 48 hours. So we're really keeping our eyes on this. Do the same as well. You can find this chart on TradingView and the chart is called BTC.D. Now, switching over to Bitcoin on the daily time frame, nothing really too new here from what we talked about yesterday. It's the weekend. Typically, weekends are slow and things just kind of stay par, if you will. But still, the key level to watch here is 96.2K. That is a key line of resistance from our Fibonacci retracement tool, which is the tool that's giving us these rainbow colors on the back and some of these areas of major resistance that we have. But you can see I did redraw. We had another clear trend line form here off these two wicks that does connect back down to previous price action. So as I've said before, if you follow Elliott wave theory, we have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3. We're trying to establish some level of corrective wave 4, and then we should have a fifth and final wave upwards before we expect some type of sizable correction. So if we do get above 96.2K, following this line of additional resistance is also areas where we could see Bitcoin come up to overextend past this line and most likely start to get rejected if Elliott wave theory ends up being correct. And the regular RSI, the relative strength index, has not entered overbought territory yet, signaling to us that yes, in fact, we do still have a little bit of room to the upside potential.